Lydia Days Off by Connect TV. We're backstage here at Boxer in Liverpool. I'm delighted to be joined by the one, the only, the champ, Dan Azeez. Talk to me, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you for having me. You just mentioned it's debut.
It's your debut on Fight Connect TV, yes, sir?
That's it, man. So hopefully it's not the first. I mean, it's not the last. So, but yeah, the fight was good. I'm happy. It was a tough, grueling fight. Shakan done well for him. Like, you know, he put up a fight, and I'm just happy we entertained. Or was you entertained?
We were entertained 100%. Yeah, really entertained. And Shaka, you know, fair play to him. He done media. Yeah. He wanted to speak to everyone, and he gave you his props.
And that's also, even though he didn't win tonight, that's also signs of a true champion as well. You know, I said it to him in there. Oh, you was brilliant. You know. It was a close fight and whatnot. So, yeah, man, like big up Shaq, man. He done well.
Absolutely. Let's talk about, you know, the stage that you're on here tonight, the platform. Obviously, Boxer, Sky Sports, a huge platform. Yeah. Sky Sports, every young fighter, you know, knows the history, knows the legacy of that channel when they get behind boxing. So for you, a title fight like that against a great opponent in Shakan, when you go into a fight, do you think about the volume of the platform?
No, it's just tunnel vision. Let's get the job done, and then afterwards, you know, I can think about that, do all the interviews and media stuff, like, you know. Otherwise, you can get overwhelmed if you're thinking too much.
Yes, you already got into me here, Dan. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem. You if you think too much, you know, you can lose focus of the actual, you know, the main objective and goal. Well, that's me anyway. So I just go in there with the aim of let's get this win. And then, yeah, all the other stuff we can do later and after.
I don't know what you're like for checking social media in fight camp or in the lead up to a fight, but Steve Bunce put out a tweet the other day, I think, a really, you know, well written, you know, Steve Bunce style, but basically saying that you're a fighter that is a fighter that's like an ode to the old school fighter. And he said, people like you don't come around that often, are not around. Today.
That's nice of him.
What is that? I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Do you know what it is as well? That's like the 70s, late 70s, 80s fights.
Which is exactly what he said.
I always watched, like, you know, the fights that are timeless, you know, the fights that you can always go back and watch. It's always from that kind of era. So that's why I'm influenced when I come in with the high socks, because this is all I watch and I like it, you know, that old school style. It's like, it's something else, man. So I try and come in with that vibe and whatnot, so yeah.
It's good. So on that, you know, growing up, who were the names that, you know, that really inspired you, and for what reason? Was it, you know, the style, the grit, the mindset? What pulled you in?
Okay, you got a few, like, obviously everyone knows I'm a big Marvin Hagler fan. I don't compare myself to him. He's just very inspirational to, like, my journey in boxing, because I just look back at, you know, what he went through when he was a champion. You know, he had to fight how many fights before he even got a chance, you know. It was a real uphill battle, and he's just mentally strong, and boxing's like 80% mental. And, you know, if you go and, like, do your research on Hagler, like, just his lifestyle, like, you know, and I'm just very inspired by it and stuff, so yeah.
Good stuff. Well, listen, we also have to talk about the crowds.
Yep.
Always have to mention the fans there. Some big Dan Azeez fans. They made themselves known while you were fighting.
Oh, really? Oh, no, that was brilliant. Do you know what? I was going to hold out and maybe try and get on a London card, but when they said Liverpool, I said, you know what? Liverpool's a, like, lovely city. Like, they're up for it. So
let's take a trip.
Let's go up there, yeah. And like you said, the atmosphere was wicked, like, and I actually felt it. It was brilliant. That's why I wanted to entertain even more. Like, let's have a fight, like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, big up all the Liverpoolians.
Absolutely. A final question I have to ask you. When you set your sights on being a professional, this is the career for me, this is what I'm going to do, has it lived up to your expectations?
Oh, it surpassed it. It's absolutely surpassed it. When I was an amateur, I weren't the best amateur. Even when I was a pro, I was around real top guys. Like, I didn't, not that I aimed to get up there, but, you know, I'm just grateful. That's all I can say. I'm just grateful. Look, like you said, I'm on a big Sky platform. You know, I'm getting interviewed by Fight Connect TV. Like, do you know what I mean? What more can I ask for? But yeah, it's definitely surpassed it, and I'm just enjoying the journey. Do you know what I mean? There's still more to come. So
well,
yeah.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to speak to someone that's so full of gratitude, I suppose, for the career, right?
For sure, man. Listen, boxing is so tough. It's hard. No, not a lot of us get in a good position where we can be boxing on like the top platforms, you know, boxing alongside world champions like Natasha, Liam's former world champion, Liam Smith. Not a lot of people can say that. I come up the small hallway where you had to sell tickets to bloody fight. Like, it's hard stuff. So to be on, you know, signed with Boxer, Sky Sports, it's something else, man. I'm really happy.
Well, listen, Dan, it was a pleasure to have you on the show for the first time. Hopefully it won't be the last,
no,
right?
For sure. Are you just around Liverpool area? Do you come
No,
down
I'm not.
London?
No.
Yeah, then it won't be.
Relocated from Ireland last year to come and do this. So
wicked.
this is
No
the
problem.
full-time gig.
Hopefully I'll see you again.
Yes,
Big up
absolutely.
Fight Connect TV.
Thank you so much, Dan Azeez for Fight Connect TV.